Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about seafood, but not like seafood from the ocean. Seafood like S-E-E, as in I see food and I want to eat it. Suzanne, you're laughing. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Anybody else? Right? Like we laugh because we know. So I remember feeling like this most. It was around the time that I also felt like I would breathe and gain weight, right? Where I was like, why? How is this possible? Right? And we're a couple weeks removed from the new year. And depending on what you've committed to for the new year, you may be noticing willpower waning or motivation dwindling, right? And you might notice that you're in the place of seafood. We see food and we want to eat it. So if this is you, it's often evidence of something else going on. And not just what we talked about in this week's episode. Here's what I want you to do. Look at your fuel intake throughout the day, especially in the morning. Look at your protein intake. It also may be evidence of a leptin or ghrelin resistance, right? Something more biochemical. It might be the result of a plan that's way too restrictive or providing insufficient nutrition, right? We'll want to look at your mineral intake and consider what else might be happening hormonally. So this is generally evidence of something else going on. And sure, right? Like it can be silly to call it seafood, right? And I'm all for adding humor and lightness into the equation. And I want us to recognize that experiencing this can be an indication of something else going on. And I encourage you to take a little inventory, right? You don't have to feel like every meal or, walking past the kitchen is, a battle, right? Especially if we're in an office. I remember like, how can I avoid walking past the pantry where the free food was going to be, right? Life doesn't have to feel like a battle of will, right? No one wins for making this the hardest. It can be easier. So looking at this and saying, okay, this is evidence of something else going on. What might it be? And take a little bit of an inventory and then please let me know if this resonates with you. Reach out with your inventory to say, hey, here's what I think might be going on. Or when do you notice that seafood feeling? And let's check in. Suzanne, any questions or anything to add?
Oh, I just love that so much because it leads back into the awareness. And the other thing that you mentioned, that it could be a mineral, it could be an underlying deficiency, it could be a hormonal thing. So often we're straight to jump to it's something with us, but the underlying causes often don't get addressed as well. So that's so good.
I love it. Yes. Thank you. And thank you for being here again. Just truly appreciate your generosity of spirit and stories and energy. So thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. As always, everybody, I'm your host, Jen Trepic. Connect with me, Instagram, social media, all the places. I am at Jen Trepic, JENNTREPECK. Website is A Salad with a Side of Fries. Either place, send a message. I love nothing more than hearing from you. So send your takeaways, your ideas, your questions. This is also the easiest way to learn more about working with me as your health coach. Of course, if you are not already, become a member. You'll go to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries. This supports this podcast, this community, but most importantly, it truly supports your health. You'll get this week's recipe for the seared tilapia with spiralized zucchini. And the first 2 chapters of Suzanne's book, The Beginning is Shit, an unapologetic weight loss memoir. So remember, the words we use are incredibly powerful. Perhaps it's time to say yes to ourselves. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.